Welcome to The Drive, your commute-sized podcast powered by the West Des Moines Chamber of Commerce and ITA Group. In the time it takes to get across the metro, you'll gain fresh insights from Iowa's top leaders, CEOs, innovators, and changemakers who are shaping the future of business. I'm your host, Katherine Harrington, and each week we'll explore leadership, loyalty, and the big ideas that keep our region moving forward. Thank you all for being here on this episode of The Drive. We're so excited that you're here with us today. We have Majda Hadzic, Executive Market Director, and Marcia Treichel, VP Community Manager with Chase Bank.
Yay.
So thank you. Chase is in the house.
Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited. So thank you, Rob, for being here. So tell us about your incredible organization, Chase. I absolutely love your bank so much. And Jamie Dimon, thank you for inviting me to meet him last year. That was on August 4, I know recently, because I just pulled it up on my phone because I love that picture of he and I, his selfie. So tell us about Chase and the community and all the great things that you all do.
Number one, I love that we were able to make that dream come true for you.
So amazing. Yeah.
He is a remarkable leader. Chase is entering into the state of Iowa. We've been in the state of Iowa for roughly 40 years in some capacity, supporting hospitals, local governments, schools, and then more recently, we had our commercial banking team come in. That was about 10 years ago.
Okay.
And 5 years ago, Chase decided to embark on the banking industry in the state of Iowa too. So Marcia and I were able to get onboarded with this amazing organization and be on this quest to bank and have a location within a reasonable driving distance of 50% of the population in the state of Iowa. And so, when we think about how that looks for a city like Des Moines, it's fairly easy to do. But Iowa's like 61% rural. Yeah. And so being very strategic in being able to help the other parts of the state as well. And it's quite a quest, but it's been so much fun conquering it.
How many branches do you have then in the state of Iowa and here regionally?
9 currently. In the Metro 7, and we're going to grow to 30 by 2030.
Wow.
So half an hour commute is all people will have to go to get to your nearest Chase branch. A couple coming next week. This month we've got one opening, right?
Yeah.
An Ames location. Altona's coming online. So.
Amazing. All the students there at Iowa State.
Yes.
That's incredible. Well, I do remember that because when I started the chamber a little over 5 years ago, I just remember meeting all these incredible Chase people that just got hired. I was like, oh my God, Chase is everywhere. So that's great. Well, thank you for your commitment to our state and our city. I always feel like the more banks we have in this area, it just makes us stronger as a community. You're helping our small business owners grow, our hospitals, all those sectors that are critical. So thank you for being here and for showing that commitment to our state. That's huge. So just love it. So what excites you most about the work that you're doing here in West Des Moines and in the greater Des Moines region? I know you're doing a lot of great things. So.
Well, I would love to share on this front because I've been able to be the community manager now for about a year's time. And in that role, I have the pleasure of being able to teach financial education. So partnering with nonprofits, our residents, community leaders, bringing that work and meeting people where they're at and helping to elevate that. So that's been a blessing to be able to have that opportunity to give back to the community in that way.
And you're leading those events and doing the trainings and all of that?
I am. It's me. I'm the one
gosh.
who's leading all of those workshops.
Wow.
I think we
That's
had
awesome.
1,400 attendees this last year,
Wow.
57 different workshops that we've been able to do. So it's amazing work and working with some really great nonprofits as well.
She's the face of Chase.
Incredible. Yes, the face of Chase. I love that. I love the
face.
vibe.
Yeah.
That's so great. So do you do those in the banks then? And you kind of rotate those around the banks and things?
In the branches and also in our nonprofit organizations. So depending on what the need is. And you don't have to bank with Chase to be able to attend them. They're free workshops. Covering from credit building to understanding the banking industry, small business entrepreneurs, power of capital that we're helping them with as well.
Wow, that's so cool. Love that education. That's huge. So we are powered by the ITA Group, this podcast. So they're all about leadership and employee engagement and customer engagement. So here a couple of questions about leadership and culture. So how would you each describe your leadership philosophy? You're both leaders in our community and at Chase Bank. So what are some of your leadership philosophies?
I'm reading this book. I just finished reading this book that I feel like spoke a little bit to this, and it's about being able to give back in whatever capacity. So whether it's in the community, really listening to understand what is needed to provide the right type of support, resources, right, with this size of an organization. And I feel like internally it's the same thing. I always surround myself with people who are a lot better than me, who are here to fulfill the mission and the purpose of not just what this institution is striving for, but for themselves personally. So, finding the why for someone, and really figuring out what motivates them and what drives them every single day. And I would say collaboration. I mean, I always say I'm not the smartest person in the room, but I love to bring people together because somebody in the room knows the answer. And so with the teams that I've been, have had the privilege to lead, it's always like cross collaboration is, I feel like, how they stay engaged the most. Yeah. They get to know each other and, and I mean, we have to have fun.
Yeah.
At work.
Oh, I love that. That's a
skip
great
that.
value to have.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, how long have you all worked together then? You know each other really well, and I know that you do, but how long have you worked together?
Oh, gosh, we've worked directly together for almost 10 years, a little bit more than that now.
Okay.
Yeah. And
At
some
Chase, all at
capacity.
Chase then?
No,
Oh,
prior
okay.
financial institution
Okay.
included.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here at Chase
love
for almost
that.
5 years.
We follow each other around.
I love that. I love that friendship.
Where one
That's
goes, so does
amazing.
the other.
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible. That's wonderful. Well, you're so supportive of community efforts and of your team as well, but out in the public and out in the community. I mean, for instance, you're a President's Council member at the West Des Moines Chamber. Thank you so much. Marcia is on our executive board. So excited for
Thank you.
for
I enjoy being there.
the next. You're just a huge voice for us at the Chamber. Thank you for that, doing that work with us, and then also our Athene Beyond Boundaries Business Summit presented by Chase this year,
Yay.
April 14, 15. Mark your calendar.
right.
So 2026. So just thank you for all your support of not only our organization but all the other great organizations that you support. It's huge.
The fact that, Chase is obviously a global organization, and being able to be the voice for the local community has probably been, that's what leads to things like that is the company truly listens to, okay, what is it like in Iowa? It's not the same as in New York or Los Angeles or Houston, Texas, but we do things differently here, right? Iowa's a different landscape, and how do we engage with things like that? The only way to do that is through leaders like Marcia that share, here's what's important to us, here's what's important to the community, here's what we're trying to accomplish and achieve. And so connecting those pieces together, it's global, but for here in Iowa, it's brand new.
Yeah.
Some people still think we're a credit card company,
only.
which is great. Yeah. We have that and more.
Right. I didn't know you were in Iowa. And yes, we've been here for a couple of years. They're hearing less of that, I think. People are more familiar with our locations now. And it's those efforts. And thank you for giving us that space to be able to come alongside and help support the great work that you're doing in the chamber and in the community and
So
uplifting
awesome.
our small business owners.
Yeah.
So important.
It's so critical. It really is for so many reasons, right? So now, is Chase the biggest bank in the world? Is that
It's
right?
It's the largest in the United States of America.
Okay.
There are certain aspects of Chase where it is the largest in the world.
Neat.
I'd have to get you all of the details, but we're competing with a few like Bank of China and
Wow.
But for me, like for us here locally and just over in general, the United States of America, the quest was to be in all of the lower 48
nice.
And to provide banking, to be able to utilize the research and the analytics and really pull in all the resources and not have to be in New York in order to take advantage of that as a consumer.
Love that.
Is amazing. And so, being able to bring that to the state, but also coupling it with how to be local and hiring local and having local employees and partners. That's really what, that's been the secret sauce.
That's incredible. Well, congrats on all your success. It's huge. And you mentioned credit cards, but your credit card is all the buzz. Like you get to go to the Chase lounges at the airports,
Hopefully
which
more
are
to come in those
gorgeous. And
lounges.
Gosh.
so, I mean, everybody's all talking about, I'm like, I need to get one too.
I feel
So,
like
yeah.
the rewards
Yeah, the
program for
rewards.
me has become like I track it, like I track other things like, ooh, where am I at now? And
It's
so
cool. It's quite a status symbol. So I'm thinking about it. So
Hey, there you go.
Okay, I love it. So let's talk about innovation and how that might be changing the banking world and the landscape in the future. So innovation is changing fast. Do you all use AI? Are you using those kinds of things at the bank? And
Definitely helps simplify your life
Okay.
and help
Yep.
to take care of those tasky type things, right? But the personal touch will never go away, absolutely. But AI is important. I think it's the wave of the future, and we've got to get on board with it and embrace it. And I think it will help to personalize our digital space.
Yeah.
You'll have a personal assistant in the form of this AI. Don't give that away, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
coming, right? The ability for that. So yes.
Yeah.
Nice, love that.
We're intentional in having brick and mortar locations because we know that when it comes to advice, we hear from our clients that the advice still has to be personal and with a human being. But the things that our clients can handle from the comfort of their home or the office or the car, we want that to be, a non-issue for them.
Yeah.
Like for me personally at the office, if it could just read all of my emails for me and summarize things for
Wouldn't that
me
be
and
amazing?
do the administrative stuff so we can focus more on what's important, which is taking care of our clients.
Of your clients and your customers, yeah. And I love that you have those branches. So it's literally there's a person there to help you with your questions, or you've got a loan, or you've just somebody that you develop deep relationships, right? So I'm sure there's well, Chase, you're my friends, right? So it's I want to come in and see my Chase friends,
And everybody loves the convenience of a 1-800 number, right? And being able to call. But also people love to come in person, like you said.
Yeah.
And so we've got to be able to provide both options to consumers.
Okay, so let's talk about employee engagement, customer engagement. How do you keep your employees engaged and connected to purpose, especially here in Iowa? You've got all these different branches and, the teams spread apart and things like that. How do you do that?
I love that question. Definitely teams spread apart. And when you think about Chase, headquartered in New York, how do you bring it to life in the state of Iowa in all these, small spots? For me, it's been going back to that purpose and connecting it to the purpose of the individual that works here, but also just what Chase is attempting to do. With a thriving community, we can thrive as an organization as well. And so really bringing that to the forefront. I mean, we've got our values that we anchor in on. So whether it's a in-person meeting or we're collaborating virtually, which we do a ton of that as well, it really helps sort of bridge that and connect it. And I think that the individuals that we have working for JP Morgan Chase right now in the state of Iowa, I think it's safe to say that if they were here in the room, they would be super proud to work for this organization because of all the things that it has to offer. The benefits of working at JP Morgan Chase. And I'm not just talking about the health and wellness stuff, but just all around benefits, competitive pay and things like that. But we try to make it fun to be at work every single day.
I can tell that.
Yeah.
That just, you exude that every time I go into your branch and things
literally.
So
it's for our clients.
I think you live that and you walk that. Every day you walk that.
Chase is very intentional about the culture and building that out and creating inclusive spaces for everybody to bring their authentic selves to work. We've got business resource groups for you to be able to plug into and relate to and be allies for and support one another. So that's important for us. The employees need to feel good, so then the customers are feeling good.
It's a great point. Yeah. The clients have to feel that we are excited to help them. Are we hitting the snooze button in the morning, or are we ready to go and assist those clients and really focus on what's most important to them? So when we bring that best version of ourselves to the job that we do, our clients feel it.
Well, and you're hiring great people. You hired Raphael Conlon, right?
Yes.
And he's exclusively small business, right? Is that his lane that he?
Our senior business consultant.
Okay,
so
lovely.
He's my better half, if you will, in the community. He helps our small business owners, entrepreneurs, helping to uplift them, coaching one-on-one with the Coaching for Impact program, and then also conducting workshops and seminars. So,
Ooh, tell us more about the Coaching for Impact program. That sounds neat.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for businesses that have been in business for a couple of years or bringing in a certain amount of annual revenue to come alongside and partner with him for about 3 months' time, where he helps to coach them one-on-one, invites them to seminars, provides them with resources to upskill their business and provide them the opportunity to grow.
Awesome.
Wow, that's
Also
amazing.
free.
And that's free. That's
Yes.
like a mentor for free to help you.
Right.
That is so neat. We need to partner with our new West Des Moines Innovation Center.
Yes.
Because that sounds, oh my gosh, I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Really cool. Okay. That's really, really neat. So let's talk about community and impact. We've already talked about this somewhat, but you have been so supportive in supporting communities and small businesses. Tell us about the nonprofit work that you do too, because I know you support a lot of nonprofits in the area.
How much time do you have for this?
We've got a lot of time.
She'll talk about it.
I love this work and being able to come alongside of our different nonprofit organizations that are truly committed to making a difference in our community and uplifting that, whether it's in workforce development or the entrepreneur space or helping families maybe open that first checking account and providing them that education. Recently held a seminar at the Evelyn K. Davis Center on Veterans Day and supporting communities and veterans. And we spent a few hours together talking about banking and how to set goals and build budgets and helping them to walk away with tools to truly help them reach their financial goals.
Yeah, that's what it's about, right? That's what we are so really, really lucky in our area. I heard a stat. United Way said we're the second largest giving per capita in America, the greater Des Moines area, to these nonprofits that you serve and work closely with. So we're just a really wonderful giving city, and you're part of that. So thank you for being so supportive. Okay, fun little questions related to the drive. And so we are the drive, right? It's called the drive. It's about having drive and succeeding in life and business, but also driving your car, right? So, so who's the better driver between you two? We had some jokes prior, so I have a feeling there's some.
Well, who claims to be the better driver and who is I think.
I feel like I'm being tagged as the worst driver.
I mean, I may have a prayer or two that I say when I get into the passenger side of her vehicle.
Okay. Also, Marcia is the one who has disconnected her seatbelt sound from going off. So, I mean, you be the judge.
I don't need to
you
put
be
my
the judge
on when we're in a parking lot, right? You're just going 5 miles per hour.
And it squishes
so
your
annoying.
jacket and your dress.
Yes.
She's probably the better driver. I am not afraid to admit that. And I don't think she's the only one that would say it.
Right. Others have risked their lives as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I've quit multitasking for sure. Partially because it's illegal, so.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Tell us about maybe your favorite book or podcast that gets you excited about work or life. Yeah.
Couple of books. One book that I have reread multiple times, and I go back through with my team and reread it together. It's called Unreasonable Hospitality.
Yes.
It's all about the approach to the client and how we ensure that the experience is amazing for our clients. And just as Marcia says, rolling out the blue carpet. And how to personalize.
The blue carpet.
Yeah, isn't
I
that
love
cool?
that. That's great.
Yep.
Right now, the book is called The Go-Giver.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. It's so good.
Okay.
It's got to be on the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first book that you mentioned, who wrote that first?
Will
Guidara.
Guidara.
Will Guidara. Okay. That sounds really cool. Okay.
Yes,
great recommendations.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Great book. Definitely always come back to that one. And anything Mel Robbins is putting out there.
Yeah.
Definitely a fan of her work too.
So great.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. Beautiful. So,
How about you?
Oh, goodness. I listen to podcasts.
Okay.
I'm a podcast listener. I am going to read Rick Tollickson's new book that he just came out with. So I'm going to read that, Rick. Here. It's on my list. But I do love listening to podcasts as I'm going about my day and driving to and from. And I love, my favorite one is Shankar Vedantam, Hidden Brain. And it's all about social science and why humans do the things that they do, which I think is humans are just fascinating to me, right? So Shankar Vedantam, Hidden Brain. It's really a neat podcast. Yeah. Kind of answers all the questions about why we do the things we do in life and how to have a better life. So it's pretty cool. So
I love that.
It's one of my favorites. Okay, this is called Commute Confessions. What's one quirky or unexpected habit that fuels your success?
Ooh. I like to do a little mini gratitude, if you will, on the commute to work, whether it's playing some inspirational music and or just reflecting on what I'm grateful for in that day to make sure that's carrying me through and making me show up as my best self.
It's probably why she's the better driver.
That's awesome.
I'm the person who is like,
beautiful.
I have to turn down the volume to see better. Like, do you ever do that?
Yep.
It's a thing,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
I got to engage all the senses.
Focus, yeah.
Outside of working out every day in the morning,
Every day.
I'm the 5 a.m. gym goer
You're
Monday
so
through
good.
Friday.
I admire that.
In the car, I would say I'm prioritizing and rehearsing. Like, okay, what's at the forefront right now? What do I have to focus on today? And then I just talk to myself in the car. Yeah, it's best when nobody else is around. Yeah, I sound the best. Yeah, definitely on the way here.
Love that. I practice speeches sometimes in the car. Yeah, I'm like, people probably think I'm just talking on the phone, but
exactly.
I'm practicing my
That's
speech,
what it looks
so
like.
They don't know. What was your first car and any fun memories with your first car?
Oh, man.
Or first-ish car?
Do you remember Dodge Neons?
Oh, yeah.
Beep, beep. That was the commercial for those.
Beep, beep.
That was the most amazing car that I thought I was getting that I, had to have a co-signer to get. And then I had to grow up and make payments to that vehicle. So, yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
I have been the child of a hand-me-down. I have an older sister and a younger brother. And so whatever my sister didn't want anymore, I shouldn't say didn't want. We got a new car. She got the new to us, not new to the family. You know my background. We moved here in 2000 as refugees, but the first car was a hand-me-down from her. That was a hand-me-down from my dad, and it was a 1994 Ford Escort.
Okay.
With that automatic seatbelt that was attached to the door. Marcia would not have done well with that.
No,
she could just disconnect that
one.
Fun memories, like being in the parking lot in high school, getting to park your own car, which is pretty cool. So
I love it. Oh, that's so much fun. Okay. Last question. Any closing advice for our young leaders? We do have the largest young professional group in the state of Iowa, our West YP group with the Chamber. Any advice for young leaders? Look at you both. You have achieved so much for this community and for Chase Bank. So what's your advice for younger people?
For me, it's to stay curious, to keep learning, to put yourself out there. When you feel that in your gut where you're like, oh, giving me a little angst, you're growing.
Yeah.
And so continue to seek out those opportunities.
That's so good.
That.
Yeah.
Love
being uncomfortable and gaining from that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like younger individuals, and maybe this goes for everybody, but we're always on the hunt for more. We always want more. We want the next title. We want the promotion. We want the, and that's all good and fine, but not forgetting to enjoy the journey. I can't believe I've been in banking for 20 years. And I think back to those, like when I first started and the first manager job that I had and the first team that I led and enjoying the journey. That's really where you pick up all the rocks, right? That's where you learn how to be a great leader. You learn what to do, you learn what not to do. And so, stop and smell the roses for a little bit.
Love that. It goes fast, doesn't it?
It does.
This whole thing called life. Yeah, it does.
For sure.
Thank you both. Majda, Marcia, for joining us. This has been a pleasure. You know how much I love you. So this is just
Catherine.
Wonderful.
Feelings mutual.
And just last word of advice, wear your seatbelts. So
yes. We do.
I love you so much.
We made it sound like we don't wear seatbelts. Disclaimer, we wear.
In the parking lot. On the street, I wear it.
My mom would be upset hearing that.
Oh my gosh. Thank you all for joining us on this episode of The Drive, and we'll see you again soon. The West is yet to come, as you know. See you soon. The Drive, fast, fresh, and full of ideas for the leaders of today and tomorrow.